Did you know you found your pot of gold? You hit the lottery. Everybody knows after the storm comes the rainbows. You hit the lottery.
Keno, darlings. So I'm back with another video. I'm making some burritos today. Some chicken burritos for me and Fitz. I have my rice in the back. I have my burrito wraps. I have my chicken, my greens. I cheated today, guys. I'm not going to be slicing up any greens. It's really hot. I have the fan in the background, as you can hear, because in New York, the summer is on. So these are my seasonings. I have my corn, my beans, my black beans, my red beans. It's about to be love in this kitchen, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm making today, just in case you wanted to make it along with me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Welcome to the family, and let's get into it. Love you guys. Mwah. Hot. Got a little bit of butter in there. I'm only making a little bit of rice because, again, we're using this rice to put in the burritos, so I don't need to have a whole pot of rice versus if I was making it for like the side dish of like a chicken and rice or something like that. So I'm only making a little bit of rice. I wanted to show you before the butter starts melting and everything. I just cleaned my rice and now I have it sitting on some hot heat. And yeah, I'll show you guys out. Keep you updated in a few minutes. Love you. All right, Finos, we have the steam bubbling. We got the rice on the bubble. I just wanted to show you guys before I gave it a little stir and I turned it down. Keep you guys updated on my process, okay? I'll see you on the field. I got my rice steaming down. I just gave it a nice little stir. I wanted to give you guys an update, but I'm locking it so I can keep this steaming. I got my chicken all sliced up. I'm about to give this a nice little seasoning with the ingredients that I showed you guys in the beginning, which was my lemon pepper, my paprika, my crushed red peppers, my adobo, Italian seasoning, and my parsley. If I'm not mistaken, those are all of the ingredients. So I'm gonna give it a nice little mix up now, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alrighty, I'm back with my seasoned chicken, and it smells good, it looks good, and it smells good, and it looks good, and it smells good, and all that. So what I'm gonna do now is cover this up, leave it to marinate for a few minutes while I cook my seasonings, my beans, corn, all my ingredients that go inside of the burrito. Then I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna come back and cook the chicken. So that way everything is nice and warm and it all kind of finishes around the same time. All right, guys, I'll see you in the field. Love you. All right, Finos, let's get this seasoning on and popping. So I have my pre-sliced seasoning, and it has some cilantro, it has onions, peppers, red onions, yellow onions, all types of seasoning in here. It looks really, really good. So let's get that on. So that should be perfect. So I want to say that looks about 3 spoonfuls out of this container. I don't know how big this container is, but this gives me about 3. I took about 3 spoonfuls out of there. I'm going to just rough that off and say that that's what I got. Okay? Okay. So now that I have this on, I'm going to cook these for a few minutes, and then I'll slowly start to add my other ingredients. But I want these to get a nice, I just want them to cook down, simmer down, fry out a little bit so the seasonings can blend and open up. And so that way when Fitz sees them in the burrito, he's not like picking them out. All right, I'll see you guys in the field. All right, Finos, my rice is ready. It's all perfectly fluffed up and fluffy and ready to go. Just wanted to show you guys what was happening with this. I turned the fire off, so it's just sitting right now in its steam. Cover that back up, and I'll see you in the field. All right, Finos, let's add the rest of these ingredients. I have my black beans going in. And I have my corn going in. Salsa. All right, now I'm just gonna give this a nice little stir. All right, I'm giving this a nice stir. Now we're gonna let this cook down. Let this cook, come to a nice boil. Everything just kind of melts in and blends in together. And I will keep you guys updated in a few minutes, all right? I'll see you soon. Mwah. All right, guys, my sauce is bubbling. My salsa is bubbling. I just gave it a little stir, but I forgot to grab the camera, so I'm just showing you guys some process and what's happening. So what I ideally am looking for is for it to thicken up and lose a lot of the moisture that came with a lot of the cans. So that way it's in more of a paste than a soup. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna leave the lid cracked so that way it's releasing a lot of the steam as opposed to locking in everything, and that'll help it thicken up for me. I don't want to add flour or anything like that. I just want it to naturally thicken up on its own as it dries out. So I have the fire on like a medium high, and I'm just kind of keeping my eye on it, because if you don't, it starts to stick and it can get a little crazy. So just keep your eyes on your salsa and just monitor it really well. But this smells and looks amazing. All right, guys, I'll see you in a few. All right, guys, as you can see, we are thickened up. It's nice and pasty. As you can see, it's dried out a lot. So I'm gonna leave this on for maybe 5 more minutes, let it dry out just a little more, just so it can thicken up just a little more. Then I'm gonna transfer this into a container and get my chicken on the stove. One thing I want you guys to know about me is I don't like a messy kitchen, so I try to use a lot of the same stuff over and over. I would just wash. If I'm using a large pot that I know I need to reuse for something else, or I need another large pot, I'll just transfer what I'm using once I'm done cooking it. If it's appropriate, I'll transfer it to a container and then wash the pot and get it on with whatever I need to cook. Like, I just don't like a messy kitchen, and I don't like using unnecessary things. But yeah, nice and pasty, and I'll see you in a few. Love you. All right, this is my nice thick and chunky salsa to go in the burritos. I didn't add any oil. This is just strictly just the juices that ingredients came in. I didn't add any extra anything, no breadcrumbs, no flour, nothing. It's just amazing, and it's done, and I'm super excited. So now I'm gonna get the chicken on the stove, but I wanted to show you guys the salsa and how amazing it turned out. Smells so freaking good. I'm ready to just start eating this right now. It smells so good. I just want to put it on a bed of rice and just eat it with some rice, but I'm gonna chill. See you guys in a few. All right, guys, I just put my chicken on the stove. Nice and chunky white meat. All right, so I have some nice chunky pieces of white breast, chicken breast on the stove. So I'm gonna let this cook up, come to a nice white color on the center, cook through basically. And I will keep you guys updated on the process of this. And I'll see you in a few. Alrighty. Smells so good. The chicken is ready to come out in like the next 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna slice it up into nice little shredded chunks. Then I'm gonna pour everything into one big pot, mix it up, let it cook down for a few minutes, and let it cool off. And that'll be my burrito. But what I am gonna add, because Fitz doesn't really like cheese as much as I do, so I'm just gonna add cheese to my burrito personally, separate. I'm not gonna cook it into everything because I don't want him to not enjoy his burrito. So anyway, chicken's looking great, smelling good, and I'll see you in a few. All right, Finos, I started slicing, but I was like, let me grab the camera and show you what's happening. All white meat cooked through. Let's get to slicing. Super excited. Everything smells and looks so good. Okay. Now I got my chunks the way I want them. Nothing too big, nothing too small. That way when you hold your burrito and you're ready to eat, you got some good chunks of white meat. Alright guys, I'll see you in a second. Love you. Alright, Finos, I got my chicken, my rice, and my salsa in the pot. It's all ready to go. I'm just gonna leave it on a low steam, kind of low heat, so that way everything kind of melts and blends a little more. But it's all ready to go now. I'm gonna work on my burrito wraps. I'm gonna pull those out of the fridge, cook them for a second on each side, get them nice and warmed up before I wrap them up. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what the final project looks like before the burritos. All right, I'll see you in a few. Love you. All right, Finos, I'm about to throw these burrito wraps in the pan. We're gonna preheat them, or we're actually gonna just heat them up because they actually are cooked already, but because they were in a pre-packaged situation, they just need to be kind of reheated slightly. but you don't want them to get too hard because you want them to be able to be flexible enough to wrap up the burrito in. But what I think I'm actually gonna do is reverse that. I'm gonna wrap the burrito and then I'm gonna put them in the pan so that they can retain their shape that way. Because this is my first time doing this, so I think I'm gonna do it that way and I think it'll turn out better. So I'll see you guys in a second once I load these bad boys up. Alright, I got them all rolled up. Well, I have them filled up now. I'm gonna roll them up and put them on the stove. Alright, I got my burritos on the stove. They're not as round as your average burrito, but these are homemade with love, and this is my first time, so I'm pretty sure that they're gonna come out amazing. And the next time I make them, I'll probably make them a little rounder, but I'm gonna give them a good flip because they can't be on one side for too long. Burritos are done. Check it out. Mine has cheese and Fitz doesn't. But let us know what you think. They are hot, they're steamy, and they're ready to be eaten. I'm super excited. These are my first burritos. So, we're about to dive in. And as you already know, when it's Fitz, it's Keno.
And when it's Keno, it's Fitz.
And we out this bitch. Mwah.
If you never had anyone to trust, I can assure you can trust in us. Like when you calling on your best friend, I will be the loyalty you need to the end. Did you know you found your pot of gold? You hit the lottery. Everybody knows after the storm comes the rainbows. You hit the lottery.